Okay. Good morning, everyone. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Give me a moment. I am sharing the screen, normal screen. Then we'll have start our discussion. So in the last session, we were talking about the three terms that are related with our subject: cloud, computing, and virtualization. And we had discussed computing, and then we had discussed one scenario of a client server architecture, which is a way of programming per se. And we had seen certain aspects of that in terms of what is a server, what is a client, and whether server can be a hardware, whether it can be a software. If it is a software, what it is, and if it is a hardware, what it is. Yes. So again, I'm writing the three words for you. One is cloud, second is computing, and third one is uh, virtualization. Okay, so just give me a moment. I'm sharing the screen. Okay. Okay, I hope the screen is visible with the three words written to you. Okay, thank you very much. So we discussed the CSA, okay, the client server architecture in the last session. We said that our discussion started with saying that we require at least two machines to implement CSA, and then we saw no, it is not mandatory, it can be implemented on one machine also. Okay. Now today we'll look into how the networking generally works, okay, and then we'll try to understand this term cloud. Okay, right. So can anyone tell me the scenario of how as of now I think we people are communicating, जैसे अभी ये सेशन चल रहा है तो आप तक जो रिले हो रहा है वो कैसे हो रहा है? कोई इसमें कुछ आइडिया अपना बता सकता है in terms of machines and in terms of connectivities that are happening? Is my question understood? Okay, not understood. Fine. So my question is that I would like you to elaborate the scenario of the session that is happening right now. जो मैं अभी आपको सेशन डिलीवर कर रहा हूँ वो नेटवर्किंग पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से अगर मैं मशीन्स को ड्रॉ करके रिप्रेजेंट करूँ तो कैसे हो रहा है, क्या क्या बीच में आ रहा है, क्या क्या बीच में आ रहा है, कितने मशीन्स मुझे ड्रॉ करने पड़ेंगे कम से कम. Okay, so Narhari is saying 3. Dhruvel is also saying 3. We are connected to internet. Okay, that is very correct. We are connected to internet. Now see, we have to understand one particular fundamental. Sajid is also saying 3, that internet is a generic term today. Okay, what we require is a network, and that network needs to be global. This has to be the fundamental. Internet, fine. ओके, यही सेशन अगर मुझे मेरे कैंपस में लेना है तो मुझे इंटरनेट की जरूरत नहीं है. आई कैन सिंपली वर्क विथ अ नॉर्मल network also, if provided I have hosted the WebEx server on my machine. Okay, so he's saying we are connected on WebEx server also. Sajid is saying we are connected on. Okay, so Sahil is saying 3 machines: teacher's machine, WebEx server, and student's machine. This is what you minimum have connected. Fine, perfect. So your answers are very much nearby to what I was expecting. Okay, so now let me draw the scenario for you so that we can understand, okay, how probably things are. Okay, so for that I am taking this. So as of now, this is my machine. Okay, this machine is connected to some network. Okay, and that is connected through something that we call as maybe AP access point. Okay, same way at your end also, you have your machine. So this is my client machine or destination machine, rather than saying it's a client machine. It's a destination machine. This is my source machine. I am delivering the session from here and you are receiving it from here. Similarly, this is our student number 1. So I can call it as S1. I will have S2, student number 2. I'll have S3, which is student number 3. Okay, and maybe student number N. Fine. Okay. You will be connected in a different ways to this particular attending this session. So for example, as of now, I'm able to see a lot of you are using your mobile phones and some of you are using your laptops or computers to attend the session. Okay, so those probably who are connected with computers or laptops are again connected with a hotspot or an access point or a Wi-Fi router, which again I am calling as access point. Okay, those who are using cell phones, they are directly connected to this entity using the cellular network. Okay, but in that particular case again the data plan has to be enabled, otherwise it will not be visible. Okay, is this correct? Yeah. Now, are all of you using same providers, ISPs? No, no. Fine. So you're not using same ISPs. So now if you look from an angle, I am connected with some machine here, which is my exit point of my network. It is provided to me by my ISP. So I'm having ISP 1 over here, and this machine has to be somewhere connected somewhere. Okay. Same way here also, someone will be having an ISP. It may be same, it may not be same. Here the provider itself is there, the communication provider itself is there. Okay. Now it is possible that these two people may belong to same ISP. I'm just creating a scenario for you, okay, just to understand. Okay. Okay, till now is the scenario clear? Okay. Now if, now see, if I look at this particular scenario, I'm creating different scenarios and to understand for you. If I talk about this scenario, this becomes a local network. Do you agree? If S2 wants to interact with S1, probably they can because they are associated with the single ISP. Yes or no? सही है ये गलत है? Okay, think of it as you calling from Jio to Jio. अगर आप जियो टू जियो कॉल कर रहे हो या एयरटेल टू एयरटेल कॉल कर रहे हो या वी टू वी कॉल कर रहे हो तो वो नेटवर्क जो हो गया आपका वो, और आप स्पेसिफिक अहमदाबाद में ही हो तो वो नेटवर्क आपका लोकल नेटवर्क हो गया. ओके, लेकिन अहमदाबाद के अंदर भी अगर आप जियो टू एयरटेल कॉल कर रहे हो या एयरटेल टू जियो कॉल कर रहे हो, सो देन यू आर exiting the boundaries of local networks, and for that you require some intermediate entity, isn't it? तो ये ISP और ये ISP कहीं ना कहीं बीच में किसी और एंटिटी से कनेक्टेड होंगे, और उस एंटिटी को या उस डिवाइस को हम जनरली क्या बोलते हैं? राउटर्स बोलते हैं. ओके, मैं अभी बहुत सिंपल सिनारियो बना रहा हूँ आपको. दिस इट इज नॉट दिस सिंपल सिनारियो, जस्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड, क्योंकि हमने जो क्वेश्चन पूछा था कि कितने मशीन मिनिमम कनेक्टेड होंगे, उसका आंसर इस पे से हम थोड़ा बहुत दे पाएंगे बट नॉट एग्जैक्टली. ओके, अब मैं ये अज्यूम कर रहा हूँ कि ये राउटर इस ISP से भी कनेक्टेड है, इस ISP से भी कनेक्टेड है, इससे भी कनेक्टेड है, और इस नेटवर्क से भी कनेक्टेड है. ओके, फाइन. Now, any doubts in this particular scenario as of now? No. Okay. Now, when I am delivering this session from here at this point, okay, and you are supposed to receive at this places, the transmission never happens from this place to this place directly or this place to this place directly. ठीक है? It always happens by taking multiple jumps. It always happens by taking multiple jumps. Now try to understand how these jumps are. From my machine to my, sorry about this line, from, okay, let me redraw it very fast. Okay, so teacher connected with access point, connected with ISP. I'm simplifying it as of now. Okay, same way an ISP connected with two APs, one for student 1 and another for student 2. The third student is connected with again ISP, and he is having his own access point and he is having a service provider. And to simplify this, as I'm on, and we also had one more scenario. So we had student 4 here who is using his device, so he's directly connected with ISP, internet service provider, rather than having an access point in between. And all of these I am saying as of now are connected with R. Okay, right? So now when I am delivering the session from here, it is supposed to see, it can be the scenario of the your delivery is one, it is something called broadcasting. Second, it is something called multicasting, and third, it is unicasting. So when I say unicasting, we are talking about one-to-one. When I say broadcasting, I am talking about one-to-many. And when I say multicasting, I am talking about one-to subset. So as of now, we may assume, I am saying we may assume, not mandatory, it is, what I am trying to do is, I am trying to generate a one-to-many scenario. Is it correct? Okay. So now I am delivering the session from here. My data, if it wants to reach S1 or S2 or S3 or S4, has to traverse like this. It will first jump on my access point because there is no alternate route available over here. Okay, I'm saying no alternate route. Then it will jump from here to here because this is the next hop that is available. Now, because I have simplified the process for you, this is what has happened, that the next hop will always come to this. If it is supposed to go to S4, it will come from here. It will come from here. If it is supposed to go to S1, it has to jump to this, from here to here, and from here to here, and vice versa. Same way for the other entities. Okay, is this understood? Yes. Now, how many hops has the data taken for from T to S1 and T to S4? Are they same? No. Okay. So if I look from T to S1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yes. And if I take from T to S4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that this is how we have done, isn't it? Now, did I specify this as a deliverer of this lecture? No, I did not. Okay. It was taken care by the system. Which system? The networking system that we are using. Okay. Now, see, when you say internet, we have been mentioning that internet is nothing but a collection of smaller networks. Okay. So now try to understand this. This part of a network is a local network. This part of a network is a local network. This part of a network is a local network. Okay. So to fulfill actual, and this part is again a local network. If I remove this router from in between, can there be communication between this networks? No, not possible. Right? So router in terms of networking and internet plays a very, very, very important role. Okay. Is it okay? Fine. So now, if I elaborate this particular figure, because this is just for understanding, this is not internet as mentioned or networking as mentioned is not this simple to implement, okay, physically, but just to understand the concept. If I take this one step ahead, what happens is now I am having here a network 1, I am having here a network 2, I am having here a network 3, having here a network 4, a network 5, a network 6, a network 7, network 8. Okay, I'm just again creating some scenarios for you. Probably these two are connected with R, that is router 1 or R1. This two also has connection with maybe R2. This, all of this three are connected with one router. Okay, this is again connected with some another router, and probably this also is connected with this router. Same way, this is also connected with this router. I'm just creating a scenario for you. Okay, now, and let us make one more step. Here also I have a connectivity. Okay, now try to understand how the data might travel. Okay, so suppose there is some source here which wants to connect to a destination over here, send data or receive data from this. Okay, if I name this R2, R3 to be proper, because we'll be able to, this will be R4 and this will be R5. Okay, Can you now draw the route for me? How data will go from S to D? Can someone tell me how data will go from S to D? Anjali is saying, okay, I have a lot of answers, so just give me a second. Sohail has said it is R1, R1, R2, R3. Anjali has said R1, R2, R3. Ruma is saying R1, R2, R5, R4, and D. Okay, so fine, perfect. Let us wait. I thank everyone for answering so promptly. So let us discuss the R1, R2, R3 are the simplest one, isn't it? R1 S sends to R1, R1 sends to R2, R2 sends to R3, and then it has been sent to D. Okay, so now let us see what Roma has said, because she is the one, maybe the interconnection between the routers. Okay, so Ruma is saying R1, R2, R5, and R4. R1, R2, R5, and R4, and then it goes to D. So Ruma, why did you not consider R3 in the sequence? Ruma, can you enable your mic?
Yes, sir. I don't have a. Am I audible? Hello.
You're not clearly audible.
Can I type in my
Yeah,
answer?
yeah, you're audible now.
Okay. I don't have a specific reason. I just thought there were two ways to send the data, so I said that.
Perfect, perfect. So she said, now she look at her answer, what she is saying. She does not have any specific reason. There were two routes available, so she chose one out of it. Okay, very correct, Ruma. So routers actually do this thing. Okay, they choose, but they do not choose on random basis. Okay, they choose on the basis of the network congestion, whether there is a possibility that my data that I am trying to send is going to get blocked somewhere or not. Okay, now always lesser traffic also is not a good scenario, because then the route will become fixed. So there has to be a bit of randomizations also, and that is where the reason is, or the statements are, that I may choose for first. Now I'm modifying my statement. Okay, what happens to the data here when a data is created? To send data from one place to another on network, we generally used an entity which you call as packets. Okay, so your data is converted into set of packets. We will not go into details of this, but each packet has at least two things. One is the content of that packet, that is the data that I am transferring, and another one is header of that packet. Okay, and this header contains information about source and destination, and this data contains information about the actual data that you are wanting to transfer from one place to another. Is this okay? Okay, so now any data that you generate over here at S may consist of only one packet, may consist of multiple packets. Okay, as of now we are saying it consists of multiple packets. So what we have now here is, I am calling it as P1, I am saying it is P2, and I am saying it is P3. So my data contents, now I am calling it as P1, P2, P3. Fine. Now the order of creation will always be P1, P2, P3. That is always there. Okay, it cannot change. But due to this decision making of R1s, okay, or R2s, it is possible that my packets all from here to here, the P1 will always, in this case, will always first go to R1, because there is no other option. Okay, but from P1, same way P2 will come over here. Okay, and then P3 will come to R1. Here also there is no option. We don't have another option over here. So I am always going to use R2. So now P1 will come here, P2 will come here to R2, and P3 will come here to R2. At R2, there is a possibility that P1 might go through R1, and if that so happens, you can see here, I'm saying if that so happens, then possibility is that P1 will reach faster. Okay. Other possibility is that P1, P2 might go through R5. So it might take R5 and then R4 and then this D. And on the other hand, this P3 will take R3 and will reach before P1 and P2. Okay. So this is what you call as out of turn delivery. Okay. So now it becomes very, very important at the destination side, depending upon the applications that we are using, which we call as reliable or unreliable, whether this P3 should be sent before or P3 should not be sent before. Okay. Reliable communications generally will not send P3 to D unless and until P1 and P2 has arrived. So it will combine everything P1 to P3 and then only send it in the specific order. But there is a possibility that in certain cases P1, P2 might be ignored and directly P3 would be sent. Okay. The case that I am discussing is the exact case of what I am doing right now. The delivery of audio streams is considered to be unreliable. Okay, wherein if the data reaches to the receiver, then we may not be, or we actually may not interrupt it. We may allow it to go. Okay. और आई में अप्लाई रिलायबिलिटी ओवर देयर बाय अप्लाइंग बफर्स. तो आपने देखा होगा कि जब भी हम वीडियोस जनरली देखते हैं या लाइव स्ट्रीम्स देखते हैं तो देयर इज अ बफर, इजंट इट? आपको बफर दिखता है ना? वो बफर इसलिए होता है ताकि कोई मिस पैकेट हो गया हो या पैकेट कोई आगे पीछे हो गया हो तो बफर उसको मैनेज कर सके, ताकि यूजर को जो पहले जनरेट हुआ हो वही सुनाई आए. नाउ ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस एज अ क्लासिक एग्जांपल. मैं अगर बोलता हूँ हेलो हाउ आर यू, hello how are you, I have spoken 4 words. Now assume that each of this word is converted into a packet. अब आपको hello सुनाई जाने से पहले you सुनाई आ गया. ठीक है ना? ऐसा हो सकता है कि नहीं हो सकता है? किसी ने ऐसे केसेस देखे हैं, ऑब्जर्व किए हैं? एसएमएस में अगर आपका एसएमएस 2 पार्ट में डिवाइड हुआ हो तो आपके लाइफ टाइम में कभी ऐसा हुआ है कि दूसरा एक एसएमएस पहले आ गया हो, सेकंड पार्ट पहले आ गया हो? हुआ है ना? Yes. So that is the reason why this kind of thing happens, because routers have options to choose and their decision making is random. Okay. So this networking fundamental does not allow us to fix the routes in general. I'm saying fix the routes. We can fix the routes. We can predefine the routes also for a particular packet, but then it is always problematic. Okay. It can be done in terms of when we are using VPNs or when we are using other facilities, but majority of the time it is not so. When I'm using VPN, I'm trying to create a private network. Okay, hence the dedicated connection feasibility we are looking for. Okay, fine. So now what happens is here the user does not get an. I think this scenario is clear to all. Anybody has any doubts? Because now I'm going to concentrate on the word cloud. Okay, clear to only 2? Dharvi, not clear? Packet and static IP both are 2 different entities, Dhruvil. We will discuss them in detail once as and when required, but this is just an idea as of now. Okay, fine. So static IP is an identifier of a packet. Okay, so okay. So now what happens is, assuming that S has sent P1 and the route P1 has taken is R1. So I'm saying P1 has been generated at S. It takes R1 as a route, then maybe R2, then maybe R5, then maybe R4, and then maybe the actual D. It reaches D. Okay. If D is supposed to reply to this particular packet in somehow, some manner, okay. Now this packet could be for, say for example, you're accessing to Gmail. I want to access my Gmail. That could be the packet. Okay. But then, and D is my Gmail server. But then it is not mandatory that the answer will also follow the same route. Okay. The answer can follow from D to R3 to R2 to R1 and then to S. Okay. So the sending route and the receiving route may not be same. This is one classic scenario. Secondly, for individual packets also, it is not mandatory that the routes are going to be same. They might be varying. They may not remain same for individual routes. Okay. Is this concept clear? Okay, Narhari has question. D R3 R2 R5 जा सकता है. I'll have to check, Narhari. D R3 R2 R5 जा सकता है. R2 R5 R4 वापस हो सकता है, बट देन इट विल क्रिएट अ लूप. और ऐसा पॉसिबिलिटी है कि भाई D के बाद R3 R3 के बाद R2 और R2 के बाद R1 अगर वहां पे गया तो दिक्कत नहीं है. लेकिन अगर R2 से R5 पे चला गया, बिकॉज बोथ द रूट्स आर अवेलेबल, तो फिर देन वी माइट गो इनटू अ लूप. ओके, वो भी पॉसिबिलिटी है. लूप भी पॉसिबल, हाँ, सर्कुलर लूप इज अ पॉसिबल एंटिटी. But then there is something called TTL, time to live, okay, in the packet, which takes care of this particular loop कि भाई ये loop हमेशा होना नहीं चाहिए. That we will be learning when we talk about in networking in detail. Okay, but अभी मैं आपको gist दे रहा हूँ जो आपको help करेगा समझने में. Is it okay? Okay, fine. So now if you observe this entire scenario from S to D, okay, whatever happens in between this particular entity is actually not neither known to S neither known to D. Okay, what they are only concerned with is that they should receive data and they should be able to send the data. This entire mechanism of what we are trying to do is pushing data from one place to another. I'm saying pushing data from one place to another. S R1 को भेज रहा है, R1 R2 को भेज रहा है, R2 R3 को भेज रहा है. Okay, we are trying to push data from one place to another. Okay, this fundamental is called forwarding. Okay, and this delivery mechanism that we are trying to do is called best effort delivery, which actually does not guarantee that data which has arrived from source will reach destination. Okay, there can be a data loss also. Is it understood? Okay. So as the users are unable to understand what happens in between, in general what has happened is whenever figures have been drawn, this is the figure for your network, local network, isn't it? So this is N1, network 1. This is R, some router that connects it to network 2. Okay. This is some another router which is connects it to network 3. Now I'll again come up with something which will be surprising for you, or which you will be able to understand properly. So this is my I'm creating a very simple scenario as of now. Okay, so understanding purpose, it is not this simple. सोर्स टू डेस्टिनेशन, ओके सिंपल है ना, यहाँ से N1 से N2 पे जाएगा, N2 से N3 पे जाएगा और फिर D पे आ गया, इजंट इट? अभी सिनारियो सिंपल है, मैं इसको और थोड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेट कर रहा हूँ. टेक्नोलॉजी पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू दिस इज डिफरेंट नाउ. ओके, नेटवर्क 1 फाइबर ऑप्टिक्स पे बेस्ड था. ओके, नेटवर्क 2 जो है इथरनेट है, हमारा नॉर्मल इथरनेट. और नेटवर्क N3 जो है वो वाईफाई है या वाई मैक्स, वाईफाई रखते हैं, वाई मैक्स नहीं रखते. ठीक है, तो जैसे ही मैंने ये चीज किया ना, तो इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि द वर्किंग प्रिंसिपल ऑफ दिस नेटवर्क इज डिफरेंट, द वर्किंग प्रिंसिपल ऑफ दिस नेटवर्क इज डिफरेंट, सिमिलरली द वर्किंग प्रिंसिपल ऑफ दिस नेटवर्क इज डिफरेंट. So they cannot work on same working principle, and hence this R has to be very 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 critical for us. क्यों? अब इसको हम बहुत सिंपल तरीके से अगर समझे तो फाइबर ऑप्टिक्स इंग्लिश है और ईथर मलयालम है. ओके, अगर बहुत सिंपल लैंग्वेज में, बिकॉज द फॉर्मेट्स ऑफ ईच ऑफ देम विल बी डिफरेंट. ओके, तो उन दोनों को मैप करने के लिए फिर से हमको किसकी जरूरत पड़ती है? राउटर की जरूरत पड़ती है. तो जब यहां से डेटा इस नेटवर्क पे जाएगा तो किस में जाना चाहिए, किसके फॉर्मेट में जाना चाहिए? इथरनेट के फॉर्मेट में जाना चाहिए. परफेक्ट रोमा. और जब यहां से आगे जाएगा तो वाईफाई के फॉर्मेट में जाना चाहिए. जब यहां से वापस आता है तो यहां तक वाईफाई ठीक है, लेकिन यहां से आगे आएगा तो ईथर के फॉर्मेट में. तो वो सारा कन्वर्जन भी कौन करता है? हमारा राउटर कहीं ना कहीं करता है. ओके, राउटर एग्जैक्टली राउटर नहीं करता है, राउटर के अंदर का एक लेयर होता है वो करता है, बट एंड दैट इज कॉल्ड डेटा लिंक लेयर, तो वो करता है. बट मैं अभी आपको राउटर बता रहा हूं उसको. ठीक है, ओके. नाउ अगेन एज आई मेंशन, यूजर इज इररिस्पेक्टिव. यूजर को किसी से कंसर्न नहीं है, उसको सिर्फ इसी से कंसर्न है कि मैंने डेटा भेजा और वो जाना चाहिए. सेम वे डेस्टिनेशन को भी वही कंसर्न है कि मुझे डेटा मिलना चाहिए. ओके, and that is the reason what has happened is that now this figure has been modified as, ये पूरे को हमने क्या कर दिया है, ऐसा बना दिया, उसके अंदर एक ऐसा शेप दे दिया. ये शेप को हम अब क्या बोल रहे हैं? इस शेप को हम जनरली बोल रहे हैं, आपने देखा होगा, इस शेप को हम बोलते हैं इंटरनेट. यस, majority of the time this is how you represent internet, isn't it? The reason being what I have shown you, जो भी मैंने आपको पूरा बताया, because internal aspects are so complex that we don't understand it and we are not exactly sure about how it is working, so this becomes a black box for us. Okay, ये ब्लैक बॉक्स बन जाता है. हमको टेक्नोलॉजी पता है, हमको सब पता है कैसे होता है, लेकिन किस चीज पे हुआ, कहाँ पे हुआ, कौन सी प्लेस पे हुआ, वो हमको डायरेक्टली पता नहीं होता है. ओके, so that is the reason this particular figure in networking now, although it is called internet, is also represented as the term called cloud. Okay, yes, understood. So cloud basically means, majority of the time cloud means nothing but a backbone of network. This is what it basically means, network backbone. Okay, मैं नेटवर्क बैकबोन इसलिए बोल रहा हूँ क्योंकि इट कैन बी as you can see on the in the previous slide that we have shown, it can be fiber optics, it can be ethernet, it can be Wi-Fi, it can be anything, it can be satellite communication also. Okay, we are not concerned with that. Fine. So this is the reason this abstraction of cloud has, the word cloud abstraction बोल रहा हूँ मैं इसको. abstract मतलब it's an entity, but how it is actually working internally we may not be able to exactly identify. Definitely if I go from one place to another, I'll be definitely able to clear the scenarios and will be able to identify, but in general we may not be, and that is the reason it is called as cloud. So cloud does not mean anything, it simply means a network backbone. Any doubts, anything that you would like to clear? So now if I want to define the term cloud computing, How can I define in very simple words? Because this term now provides anonymity, isn't it? कि अंदर क्या हो रहा है वो हमको पता नहीं है. So cloud computing, if I want to define, is a very simple definition. बहुत simple, उसको ज़्यादा complicate करने की भी जरूरत नहीं है. बहुत सारे definitions हैं उसके, but अगर समझने की point of view से हमको जानना है तो बहुत simple है. Any computing, okay, Hemin is giving another word. Okay, network which computes data packets properly. This is what Dipanshu has said. And Hemin has said on-demand availability of computing resources. Okay, Hemin, on-demand availability of computing resources is a characteristics, is a requirement. Okay. Dipanshu has said network. Okay, task being computed on cloud. Jamin is saying very good. But if I want to segregate the word cloud from it, then any computing for which network is the backbone. I'm saying network is the backbone can be considered as cloud computing. Is it okay? Very simple definition I've given. Any computing that requires network as a backbone can be considered as cloud computing. तो जिस भी कंप्यूटिंग में नेटवर्क की रिक्वायरमेंट आ जाती है, that can be considered as a cloud computing scenario. Okay, Jainil, that's why I'm coming to, that is why I'm simply asking you to concentrate on one particular aspect. कि internet is not mandatory. I'm repeating my statements again and again when I'm saying internet. Okay, internet क्या है? वो network ही है. If it is global network, I call it internet. If it is local network, I call it as a intranet, or I call it as a local network. Okay, local host is the name of a machine. Yeah, LAN. I may call it as a LAN. Okay, so we may also have private clouds wherein I am hosting the cloud entity or the cloud server facility in my organization itself. I don't require internet for that. What I require is a local network for that. Okay, and that is why I am defining this word as a network backbone rather than calling it as internet or a local network. Okay, Namrata has given another definition, that process of using networks of server on internet to store and manage data. Again, see, this is what I am trying to convey. Internet हम आज उसको applicability point of view से बोल रहे हैं कि because it can be accessible across globe. Okay, I am calling it as internet. Okay, is it mandatory कि अब okay जो आप पूछ रहे हो ना उसको मैं अलग से एक क्वेश्चन पूछता हूँ. जियो वाला जो है, जियो रिलायंस वाला जो है, उसका खुद का कम्युनिकेशन नेटवर्क है. यस. सो अगर जियो की जितनी भी कंपनी, जितनी भी ऑफिसेज हैं पूरे इंडिया में, उसको उसको कनेक्ट करना है एक दूसरे के साथ, डज इट रिक्वायर इंटरनेट? It only requires connected cables, and they already have connected cables across India, isn't it? Towers, cables, whatever communication medium you want to use, they already have in place. Yes, so they own the network. If they own the network, why should they go for internet mechanism? So if they now another question, if they want to deploy their own websites or own services on their servers, do they require internet again? No, they can host every website on their own networks. Yes, they can do all. Say if I want to generate a payroll system, or if I want to generate employee management system, or if I want to generate maybe a CRM, okay, which is accessed through web, then they don't require any internet, isn't it? इंटरनेट की रिक्वायरमेंट कब आएगी? जब उसका एक्सेस उन लोगों को थर्ड पार्टीज को देना है. इज इट क्लियर? So that is the reason I'm focusing on network as a backbone rather than saying internet, because I can provide cloud-like facilities on local network also. Yes, Dipanshu, definitely. If you want to access their systems, then you require internet as well as you require authentication also. अगर आपके पास उनके सिस्टम्स में लॉगिन करने का ऑथेंटिकेशन नहीं होगा तो आप उसको लॉगिन भी नहीं कर पाओगे ना. Okay, fine. So now are the two words very clear? What is cloud and what is computing? Computing means any computing mechanism that you want to deploy. Okay, anything that you want to compute. It may be as simple as 3+4, or it may be as complex as launching a rocket. Okay, that's a different story. When I say cloud computing, we are talking about a domain or a paradigm wherein we require network as a backbone for computing. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, now comes the question virtualization. What do we mean by virtualization? Can anyone try virtualization? Okay, पहला क्वेश्चन, does virtualization mean non-existing? कि वो है ही नहीं, वर्चुअल मतलब वो है ही नहीं, ऐसा है? Narhari is saying it is similar to digitization. Okay, very correct. Okay, this no is for वो है ही नहीं, ऐसा ना? Okay. So what is this term virtualization then? Okay, Jamin is saying that actually the computer is somewhere on the network and we are accessing it through network. Very correct. कंप्यूटर इज समवेयर, कहाँ है वो शायद हमको नहीं पता है, लेकिन हम उसके रिसोर्स तो यूज कर रहे हैं ना. AnyDesk is a good example. AnyDesk is not a good example. AnyDesk is not an example of virtualization, beta. AnyDesk is an example of connecting, allowing you to connect with another machine, remote machine access. Okay, not actually stored in hardware. Dhaval is saying that. I'll come to it, Dhaval. Your answer is not exactly correct. ओके चलो एक एग्जांपल, सिंपल एग्जांपल मैं डिस्कस करता हूँ वर्चुअलाइजेशन समझने के लिए. हम उसका डेफिनेशन या अभी भी कुछ भी नहीं, क्योंकि उसके बहुत डिटेल्स हैं. वो दैट वी विल बी लुकिंग इन यूनिट नंबर 2. ऑल ऑफ यू आर यूजिंग गूगल ड्राइव? yes. The term drive means what for us? Yes, it's an ecosystem for storage device and server OS. This is what Kishan is saying. ओके, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट यूज करो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, जो भी यूज कर रहे हो. ड्राइव यूज कर रहे हो ना, क्लाउड को भूल जाओ, क्लाउड को टर्म निकाल दो, क्लाउड का टर्म निकाल दो अभी. नम्रता, नरहरी, ध्रुविल, आपने जो क्लाउड स्टोरेज बोला ना, उसको हम क्लाउड, आगे का टर्म क्लाउड निकाल देते हैं. इट इज नथिंग बट अ स्टोरेज, इजंट इट? हमारी हार्ड डिस्क में जो हम मशीन में डेटा स्टोर कर सकते हैं, वैसा ही वो स्टोरेज स्पेस है ना हमारे लिए. यस, इट्स अ जनरल स्टोरेज, डेफिनेटली नम्रता. Yeah, like a pen drive, nothing beyond that. It's very correct, Narari. Okay, fine. It's a storage presentation network, present on network. This is what Jamin is saying. Fine, very correct, Jamin. Fine, forget. Jaimin, why are you saying storage on network? Is your machine not connected with the network? Okay, ये क्वेश्चन मैं इसलिए पूछ रहा हूँ थ्रू नेटवर्क. Okay, let me modify this because again another fundamental of network which is very very important to understand, which people don't understand. Okay, I'm see, you are using your computers, isn't it? Yeah, we are coming to that. I'll come to this again because someone has raised a very important question of network. So again, I would like to define that because people have this misconcept again in networks. Okay, how many machines are required for creating a network? Two, two, two. Okay. Is it mandatory that I require two machines to create a network? Dipanshu is saying one. Ruma is also saying one. Very good. How one? Sahil, how one? ये वन वाले जो बोल रहे हैं वो मुझे समझाओ. Who will answer? Dipanshu has said one. Dipanshu, कैसे one? We create local network on our device. Local network कैसे बनाते हो? Yesterday's example Dipanshu is giving. Okay. So I can create a network with one machine also. Yes, very correct. Very correct. Okay. But let us try to understand a simple fundamental. अभी अगर आप are you able to see this mouse in my hand? Yeah. And it is connected with a USB to my laptop, or it may be connected with Wi-Fi to your laptops. Yes. Is it a network or not? The aim of network is to transmit data from one place to another. इस पे जो भी मैं लेफ्ट क्लिक करता हूँ, राइट क्लिक करता हूँ, उसका सिग्नल कहाँ जाता है? कंप्यूटर के पास जाता है ना. Yeah. Right. Same way when I connect maybe a speaker with my computer. Okay. Narari is saying it is connected without network because it is USB. So this is what I was coming to actually. Okay. Okay. USB is a port which allows me to enter data from my machine or exit data from my machine. Okay. But there is a transfer mechanism available with USB. Unless and until I use that, data is not going to get transferred from one place to another. And network का simple fundamental वही है. I have one device, I have another device, I need a mechanism of connection. Now that mechanism of connection can be USB, can be Bluetooth, can be Wi-Fi, can be a wire which I have plugged in for my power, or anything else. So I require one device, my network. My computer also is a network, isn't it? अंदर buses होती है ना. किसी ने बोर्ड खोला है, मदरबोर्ड खोला है, कभी देखा है? There is something called bus. What is that bus? It carries your signal from one place to another. की स्ट्रोक आपने प्रेस किया तो की स्ट्रोक आपको कीबोर्ड पे दिखने के लिए कहीं ना कहीं तो अंदर होना चाहिए ना कुछ कनेक्टिविटी. So even your computer itself is a network. Okay. Then we can classify networks into types कि इस टाइप का नेटवर्क है, इस टाइप का नेटवर्क है, इस टाइप का नेटवर्क है, अलग 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 कम्युनिकेशन नेटवर्क्स, डेटा नेटवर्क्स, ओके, WSN नेटवर्क्स एंड सो ऑन. फाइन. सो नेटवर्क का भी एक फंडामेंटल याद रखना. कि it's not mandatory that when you say 2 machines are required. No, I can create a network with a single machine also, provided what I am trying to do. Okay. Now if I extend the statement, जैसे आपने 2 machines बोला था, if I want to work parallelly on 2 machines at the same time, then definitely I have to join these 2 machines, and then I create something which I call as cluster of a machine, and that computing is called cluster computing. Okay, is it okay? Fine. So अब मेरा पहला वाला क्वेश्चन, जो ड्राइव है उस पे हम क्या करते हैं, डेटा स्टोर कर रहे हैं ना, तो डेटा स्पेस तो अवेलेबल है कहीं ना कहीं फिजिकली, है कि नहीं? गूगल ने किसी मशीन पे कोई प्लेस तो मुझे अलोकेट करके रखी है ना। हाँ या ना? गूगल ने खुद के किसी ओनरशिप वाले मशीन पे मुझे कोई स्पेस अलोकेट करके रखी है, 15 GB रखी हो, 2 GB रखी हो। हाँ, खोकर वो वर्चुअल नहीं है, मैं वही बताने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ, फिजिकल स्पेस ही है। हम उसको वर्चुअल इसलिए बोल रहे हैं क्योंकि उसका हमको फिजिकल लोकेशन नहीं पता है। ओके, उसका हमको फिजिकल प्लेस नहीं पता है, इसीलिए हमारे लिए इट इज समथिंग लाइक नॉन एग्जिस्टिंग, लेकिन डेटा मिल रहा है। इज इट ओके? बट फिजिकल प्लेस तो कहीं ना कहीं है। अगर आपको आपके हार्ड डिस्क में से कुछ एक्सेस करना हो तो आपको सी ड्राइव पे जाना पड़ता है या डी ड्राइव पे जाना पड़ता है, या अगर आप लिनक्स यूज कर रहे हो तो स्लैश पे जाना पड़ता है, isn't it? So for that you require physical space or physical locations. To access this, what you have been given is you have been given a username and password, a UI, जिस पे आप डबल क्लिक करो तो आपको सीधा वो आपको मिल जाता है, you are able to get it. Okay, so it's an abstraction. When we say virtualization, basically it is nothing but an abstraction. Are we clear? सो वर्चुअलाइजेशन का मतलब ये है कि ये नहीं है कि इट इज नॉन एग्जिस्टिंग, नो, ऐसा नहीं है, इट इज एग्जिस्टिंग। ओके, बट द वे इट इज एक्सेस्ड बाय द यूजर्स, it is simplified, and the users does not have to bother about the nitty-gritties of the hardware. He or she only has to bother about using it. Dhruvel, I did not get the statement. The way we are using is virtual means? Okay. No, that is what I'm saying. Virtually हम कुछ नहीं कर रहे हैं ध्रुमिल, हम सब फिजिकली कर रहे हैं. We are using digital medium to access it. Can I access my photos, or can I access my presentation on my drive without clicking it or without going to that particular location in a UI? No, no. So everything that we are doing in a physical aspect. अगर मैंने ड्राइव में कोई प्रेजेंटेशन रखा है या कोई फोटो रखा है, उसको मुझे अगर ओपन करना है तो उसको मुझे सिलेक्ट तो करना ही पड़ेगा ना, वहां तक वो फोटो किधर है उधर तक तो मुझे जाना ही पड़ेगा। मैं फोल्डर स्ट्रक्चर भी बना सकता हूँ ना ड्राइव पे, आई कैन क्रिएट फोल्डर स्ट्रक्चर ऑल्सो इन अ ड्राइव। So everything is possible, isn't it? So virtualization, I just want to put this in your mind today. Virtualization does not mean something that is non-existing. It means it is existing, but only thing is the physical location of it may not be known to the user directly. Okay, fine. Any questions for today? Because we will stop at this discussion. So I have given you the meaning of all the 3 words that are part of our topic: cloud, computing, and virtualization in brief. Okay. Nishta, not regarding lecture, then what? If it is concerning everyone, you may put it on the forum. If not, you may discuss with me. Okay, fine. In that case, if you don't have any queries, those who don't have any queries may leave the session. Thank you very much. Why is it so, Nishta? Why is it so? Feasibility of knowing your classmates will not be there, because see, it is, you have to understand, this exercises that we are doing is to prepare you for the industry better. Okay, in industry you don't have friends working with you, you have competitors working with you who are cutthroat competitors. सो अननोन लोगों के साथ काम कैसे करना है, इसी के लिए ये हम अलग अलग करते हैं प्रेजेंटेशन ग्रुप्स. ठीक है. So that you can work amicably with everyone in the group. That is the whole means main aim of creating this groups, different groups again and again. I mean, that is what I am saying. You don't have to know each other. There is nothing called knowing each other. You will not be able to know each other in your lifetime also. So you choose and pick a name randomly as of now. See whether you are able to work with them properly for this semester or not. If not, you may change them in different subjects. ભાવતું ભોજન ફક્ત ઘરમાં મળે. ઓકે, બહાર નીકળીએ ત્યારે ભાવતું ભોજન નથી મળતું. આપણા ટેસ્ટ પ્રમાણેનું ભોજન નથી મળતું, એટલે આપણે બધાની સાથે એડજસ્ટ થવાનું શીખવાનું હોય. કોકની સાથે વધારે થવાય, કોકની સાથે ઓછું થવાય. ઓકે, ઓકે. ઘરેથી ટિફિન લઈ જઈએ તો એટલે સમજો ને બેટા. Nishta, possibly you may avoid that, because as જેમ મેં કીધું કે we would like to you for you to interact. એટલા માટે જ different groups બનાવી શકે છે, તમે બધા સાથે interact કરી શકો ઓનલાઈન કે ઓફલાઈન ગમે તે રીતના. So you are at least able to interact with 5, 10, 15 people. એટલે બને ત્યાં સુધી એને અવોઇડ કરજો. હા, એ વાત બરાબર ન રહી તારી. તો ભાવતું ભોજન મળે, પણ બધી જગ્યાએ નથી લઈ જવાતું ને. લઈ જવાય છે. ઓકે, ચલો, ગુડ. Yes, you may leave then. Okay, fine. Thank you. I think I have resolved your queries. આપણે ડિફિકલ્ટી હશું પછી જોઈશું, અત્યારે ચિંતા નહીં કરવાની. ઓકે, ડુ નોટ બોધર અબાઉટ થિંગ્સ એઝ ઓફ નાઉ.